It was unnoticeable at first, but then it never stopped and went out of control.
We did everything we could. It went from bad to worse.
I was losing the faith in justice. I was losing the faith in this industry as well.
Well, Silent Inn was faced with closure, and we campaigned to keep it open because it was one of the local music venues. And we were given the opportunity by the pubco to run it ourselves if it mattered that much to us. So we took it on. We had some amazing times, we had some amazing bands on. We paid for an awful lot of repairs that we shouldn't have done under the tenancy agreement we had. And then we couldn't get the money back out of the pubco. We couldn't make ends meet. We did everything we could. And then the pubco decided to sell the pub, and we were given notice to quit, which left us facing homelessness because we had sunk every last penny of ours into this pub. And there we were, with no hope whatsoever.
We first discovered, sometime after it had started, that Bethany had been self-harming. She started exhibiting traits which we later found out to be the first signs of anorexia. She was getting withdrawn and not wanting to engage.
And it was kind of becoming like physically dangerous because of how underweight I was, so they admitted me to hospital. For me, it felt like it went from something I was controlling to something that was controlling me. That was quite scary to kind of not know what was wrong with me.
As her parents, we couldn't actually do what is necessary, and she needed specialist help.
My job is silly to call a job. It's my passion, it's what I am. I started there as a bartender, and then eventually I grew all the way up to general manager position. The bar was the way to make something special, express myself. Back then I was fighting a divorce, and my father was diagnosed with a cancer. My father fortunately passed away last year. The cherry on the cake, I lost my job. When I've been fired, I've been asked, first of all, to sign an agreement saying that the company didn't owe me anything. So anything was including on my holiday, my property, my wage. Obviously, I refused to do that. And the consequence was that I've been fired on the spot. The last thing that you want to do is to give up. When you're in a different country, you don't really know where to go. You ask for legal advice and that will cost you money. You want to, make, justice. That will cost you money. You need to pay your rent, and you don't have a job anymore. That's probably been one of the toughest years of my life. Then the Benevolent came.
And then things started to change. The Benevolent put money in my account, which was amazing. It meant we could feed ourselves, we had a breathing space.
The Benevolent gave us funds in order to be able to pay for a few weeks of very necessary private treatment. Their intervention in helping with Bethany's recovery has just had an amazing effect. That was when the first step of the rest of her life actually happened.
Benevolent helped me financially when I needed legal advice on the first spot, and then when I needed a lawyer to represent me, and all the way through.
It's a holistic approach to helping people who work within the drinks trade to be able to take the next step of their life, whether they've fallen on hard times financially, or emotionally, or physically. The Benevolent is here to help.
They listened to my voice. There was, this friend on the other side that was there ready for me.
When you're talking to the Benevolent, it's like having an arm around your shoulder. It's like having that little pat on the back. It's having that support group behind you.
It's very much here to help people for their welfare, and not just individuals, but their families too. You think you've come up against a brick wall, and yet all of a sudden somebody's punched a hole through that wall for you, and you can carry on with your journey.
The difference is unimaginable. It's quite possible that I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for them.
We'll be forever grateful. We'll never be able to say thank you enough.
There is a a reluctance for a lot of people to say, I need help. But if the help is there with professional people who are willing to help you, hold your hand and guide you through the difficult times, take it.